Aguero. It'll run for Nasri. Can he reach it? Well, not with any great conviction. Smothered away.
It wasn't fluent football. Lampard let it run, and then Aguero just bundled into Luiz, and the ball found its way to Nasri. With the outside of his right challenging.
Milner. Aguero! Well, he got across in front. And once you do that, the touch is representative of a real chance.
Certainly was. It's good movement. He's just said he's back to Aguero. Here it comes, and he just gets across the front of him. It's a good cross in from Milner.
Cole. There's Ramirez. Past Zabaleta. And it's Torres with the chance, and Torres gets the opening goal for Chelsea in the Community Shield at Villa Park. Against the balance of the play to this point. But they've kept Manchester City out. Not exactly a smash and grab, but along those lines.
Well, it was good play from Ramirez, who hasn't really been involved in the first half. He made a driving run into the box. This is where it comes. Ball sits up, he goes past Zabaleta, and he plays a little ball round the corner. And what Torres does really well, he didn't have time to pull the trigger with his right foot, so he just pokes his left foot at it before Zabaleta gets the... It's actually Kolarov tries to get the challenge in. It's a good finish from Torres. Much to the delight of Roberto Di Matteo.
Well, there are lots of factors in this that's good news for Chelsea. They've lost their three... Kolarov. And by Ivanovic. Oh, and he sent him off for a tackle which must be deemed to be made when the player was out of control of his own momentum. And suddenly this Community Shield has taken a sensational twist. Both incidents involving Chelsea players, one very heartwarming and one potentially heartbreaking.
My initial response was that it was a decent tackle. I thought he got the ball here, but he doesn't. He goes with his studs up, and he goes over the top of the ball with his left foot. So again, Kevin Friend gets it right.
I said heartbreaking, I might have said leg-breaking. Nice work by Torres, and Ashley Cole's continued his run. Torres going it alone, and Kolarov's got the scamper and just gets there, really on the slide. And important for him that he got the ball, particularly after what happened to him from Ivanovic.
Yeah, good play from Torres. This is Torres at his best. Running at Clichy here. Clichy gets himself a little bit too square, but Kolarov back on the cover. Just about to pull the trigger, wasn't he?
Manchester City on the hunt for an equaliser here. Taking a goal behind which their fans are massed. Kolarov takes. Now and then you see those homing their way into the back of the net, but that was never quite set to do that.
When players are taking it in swingers like that, so coach always tell them, make sure you don't miss the far post.
Milner, very stretching, but only as far as Yaya Touré, who lets fly, and shows when he is further up the pitch what he can do. 1-1 here at Villa Park.
Well, it was good play from Man City all round. Combination play to get it out to Milner. Milner, I thought, took too heavy a touch and then couldn't find the right pass, but the clearance out to Yaya Touré wasn't a good one. And he bends it in at that near post.
Well, the Tigerish 10 men, and that's what they were shaping up to be, have now lost their lead. Only half cleared by Terry on the stretch and dispatched by Yaya Touré.
He's got to get more height and distance on that, John. Terry was stretching, yes. Yaya Touré, not only was it powerful, it was accurate as well.
Nasri. Tevez winding up, often scores against Chelsea, scores again here. Cruz got a message to send to us as well. But the main thrust of what he's had to say with a football at his feet is to tell the world that Manchester City lead Chelsea by 2-1. They've turned it around against 10 men at the start of the second half.
Unlike Barcelona, unlike Bayern Munich, Manchester City, given time and space on the edge of the box, playing intricate football, got individual brilliance that can open them up. And Tevez there, threatened to shoot. He was looking at Yaya Toure for a moment to pass it to him. He goes past Luiz, takes another touch past Terry, and the finish is outstanding. Wrapping his foot round the ball, starts outside the post and then comes back in. A brilliant goal from a player that looks back in top form.
And feeds on today's opposition. His 8th game against Chelsea, his 7th goal against Chelsea. That collar off. Oh, it's brilliant. It's Samir Nasri. Chelsea cut apart, 3-1.
That is collar off at his very best. The timing of the pass to him was brilliant. And once he gets into those areas, usually he picks out the right cross. And Samir Nasri does really well with the outside, I think, of his left foot. Most times you'd let the ball come onto your right foot, but it came to him so quickly, he just stuck his left foot out, outside of the left boot, into the far corner. Here's the pass. What a pass it is. Certainly not offside. The cutback comes, and it's the outside of the left boot. Tevez doesn't play it too wide, plays it into the pass with Kolarov. Centre-halves are running back towards their own goal. They can't adjust their position, and a good finish from Samir Nasri.
Well, again in brackets, here's Milner. Cole was lucky he didn't get a touch on Milner then. Oh, and that could have been an own goal by Ramirez. Check was committed on the cross.
Well, once Ashley Cole was struggling there, he got beaten, not say by pace, but power by James Milner. What a good...
It's there for him to hit. He's got a very good left foot, and Pantilimon has cost the goal. It's Ryan Bertrand who was on the spot there, and it's 3-2. The stand-in for Joe Hart's made a mistake. Well, a twist to the tail.
Well, I'm not sure who he's moaning at. He's having a go at some of the defenders, but Pantilimon makes a real blunder here and then doesn't react quickly enough. Bertrand gets a yellow card, so does Pantilimon.
That was for the afters, obviously.
Company, I think, in all that, didn't get a particularly good clearance in. Certainly Chelsea on the edge of the box, get a good shot away. They held 1 or 2 in the first half when people were following in. Sturridge with the strike, and it's a good one. It's a real mess up. Pantilimon, Torres again does well just to set the play up. He should save it, he should hang on to it.
That was great speed by Bertrand to get there, because even when the goalkeeper fumbled it, you thought he was going to get up and get this. Bertrand had other thoughts and scores his first senior goal for Chelsea. Men over at the far post. Not sure who it came off in the end, whether it was Silva or David Luiz, but Czech kept it out, so we don't really need to know. Put it to bed here. Milner. Oh no, they certainly should have done. Aguero, who can miss probably 20 of those before he starts to lose his place in the affections of Manchester City after what he did last season, but who knows. And it should have been the Community Shield safely locked up in the trophy cabinet.
Yaya Toure did absolutely brilliantly in all that, and the timing of the pass.
Looking forward. It's Manchester City's Community Shield 12 months ago. They lost it at Wembley by 3 goals to 2. They've won it by 3 goals to 2 here. Di Matteo's team scored the first goal and the last goal of the 5. Yaya Toure equalising after Chelsea had gone down to 10 men just before half-time. Torres had already given them the lead at that point. But Toure's goal turned the tide. Tevez scored a special... very distinguished Manchester City captain, Vincent Kompany, who does it all with dignity, including holding up the Community Shield. So they're sending out a message to their rivals domestically and around Europe. Still plenty to do in that respect to show that they are the complete club. Their first Champions League campaign. You know, they didn't do too badly. They didn't get beyond the group stage.